things are coming. Some things I prophesy over you. Some things are coming to you with your intelligence, with your caring nature, with your incisiveness, with your thirst for knowledge and science. Some things are coming your way. There is no contradiction, I tell you, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that one day. Moving on.
Nice. And the thing is, and I'm open to all of that because, like I said, of course, what all of us want is we want answers, and the frustration does come from not knowing, Like, of course, I wake up sometime like, where the hell did I come from? Why am I waking up in this body every morning? And things. I do think like that. Those thoughts come about. Or why do things happen the way they do in the world? And I always ask, why would a loving God allow babies be born with cancer and cleft lips and deformities and all that? And it does get frustrating because we all want a perfect world. And I say to myself, like, if there was a God, why not just make the world perfect from the jump? Why do we got to go through all this mess? And then sometimes it just doesn't make sense to me because, like I said, I look at myself. If I was creating something, I'm going to do it right, from the beginning, do a little trial and error. But I mean, when you look at the amount of years that humans have been here, there's been enough time for trial and error. By now, I would think things would be so much better. And, so it does get frustrating, and I think because, I have grandchildren and, and I'm afraid, I'm always afraid that when I go, what will they go through, because I won't be here to help them, so, it's just a lot, Pastor, and like you said, I'm not an atheist, so I'm definitely open to, I really beg that there is something that has, control over this and has our best interests in mind, because we darn sure need it, and if not, then we're in a world where, we just have to do our best and, because our time here is very short, I can't believe I'm 57 already, it's like, and I think of all the years I went through it just seems like a snap of a finger.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're on this last, it's just, we're on this last quarter of our lives now, and I'm just making the best of every day I got, the time I got left. Because I sometimes feel as though I don't have much time left. So I got to just, enjoy every day. And that's the way I live right now.
You in the third quarter of your life. I'm in the last quarter, but you in the third. You in the third
almost
quarter.
Brought tears to my eyes, man.
That is really thoughtful. That's really thoughtful. I will say this final thing to you. God, the Creator, He whom I believe to be the Creator of all things, could snap his fingers and make us all good and make everything in the world perfect and us treating one another well and no more racism and sexism and hatred and disease. But you see, all of the maladies, all of the dislocations of humanity are caused by us. And because God is not the author of any chaos, of anything that is negative. He is the author of all that is good. And it is, but what he did give us, and I know, Zeke, you know this, is free will. He gave us free will. And what good would it be for him to snap his fingers and to make us all robotized good folk? What does that, we are his beloved creation. He created us to worship him in truth and in love. But if we're doing that because we are puppets, that's not proven, that's not showing anything to God. So what he gave us was free will. It only makes the Lord happy when we obey him because we love him and we want to do the right thing, when we want to have integrity, we want to have, a goodness in us. It means nothing to just march in lockstep to the Lord. So even when in all the sin, all of the heartbreak, all of the disease, all of the misery of the world, we bring on. We do that. Human beings do that because we got this free will and we choose not to be obedient to the Lord. We choose to slap our brother upside the head or to put a Glock upside his temple and pull the trigger. We choose to do that. It's not the devil made me do it. We got the devil in us. We have sin in us. So when we turn to the Lord and say, I can't do this thing. I got some stuff in me, God, that if I let it control me, I'm just gonna be a horrible person. And understand that we come to him and say, lead me, guide me. I need you to direct my path. I need you, to the word says, lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. We get into trouble because we think we are so strong or so handsome or so lovely or so smart that we can make things happen for ourselves. And that's when we get in trouble. And understand that every time we get in trouble, even though the Lord has the power to change things, that is breaking God's heart. It's breaking. Yes, he's all powerful. He can do all things, but he believes in free will. He believes in our decision for him rather than for the world. He believes in us making that decision so much that he lets the world do its due. He lets Donald Trump's get into office. He allows the Ku Klux Klan to do what he does. He allows us to use atomic power for nuclear weaponry rather than to power households. He allows human beings in our human frailty to do wrong, even though it breaks his heart, with the hope that we will one day see a light shining through a windshield, an ice encrusted windshield, and turn from our wicked ways.